Hi and welcome to the Malat cookery channel. So in this video I'm going to be making some absolutely delicious tiger bread. So if you've never come across tiger bread, it is absolutely delicious. The oil or the fat in the bread is sesame oil rather than say olive oil or butter. And it has a crust on the top made with rice flour and again with sesame oil. It not only has a unique appearance, but it's got a unique taste as well, and it is definitely one of our family favourites. As usual, a full list of ingredients will be given at the end of the video. Let's have a look at those ingredients now and anything else we're going to need for today. So the ingredients, we've got two basic parts to the bread. We've got the actual bread dough and then we've got the rice flour paste for the top. So I'm going to go through the bread dough first and then the rice flour paste. So hopefully it's not too confusing. So for the bread dough, we've got 500 grams of bread flour or a strong flour. Going to be using a sachet and a half of fast action yeast. So that's about 10.5 grams. We've got a liquid mixture here which is half milk, half cold milk and half warm water. We're going to be using about 350 millilitres for the 500 grams of bread flour. That's only a guide. Pure sesame oil, so we're going to be using 7 tablespoons of pure sesame oil. Got a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. For the rice flour paste which goes on top of the bread dough, we've got 120 grams of rice flour, half a sachet of fast action yeast, so that's what's left over from the bread dough, a little bit of sugar, so about quarter of a teaspoon of salt. Going to be using about 50 millilitres of this milk and water mixture, and 2 tablespoons of pure sesame oil. Going to be making this in the we're going to be making the bread dough at least in the food mixer using a bread hook. So if we start with the bread dough, so we're going to mix all of the dry ingredients first. So we've got our flour, salt and sugar. Just mix that in. Then in goes the fast action yeast, and I'm just going to this second sachet, just going to visually do it rather than weigh it out. That's about right. And again, just mix that in. This just ensures that all of the ingredients are well combined before the oil goes in. Then we want our 7 tablespoons of sesame oil. So that's our 7 tablespoons. Right, so we've got our bread hook in. So I'm going to be adding roughly 350 millilitres of this liquid, but as a visual indication of whether the dough is hydrated enough or not, at lower speeds on this food mixer, you'll see that the dough catches on the bottom of the bowl, and then when we turn it, the food mixer to higher settings, so sort of past the midpoint, then the dough starts to lift off the bowl and the bowl becomes clean. When it gets to that stage, that's a really good visual indication for me with a food mixer that the dough has reached the correct hydration. I'll just stop it there for a minute. So now we've got the correct hydration. I'm going to leave this running on a middle setting for about 10 minutes. Right, so once the dough has been kneaded in the food mixer for 10 minutes. I've taken the dough out of the food mixer, just onto a lightly floured work surface. I've shaped it, just created some surface tension. This bowl has been lightly oiled with some of the sesame oil, so I've placed the dough into the centre of that bowl, covered in cling film. This is now going to go in a warm part of the house until it's doubled in size. So the bread dough has been proofing for the first time for about 20 minutes. So we're now going to do the rice flour paste, and this again needs to do some proofing, but half the time of the bread dough. So in the bowl I've got the rice flour. Again, the same as the bread dough, we're just going to add in all of the dry ingredients first. A little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, add in our sesame oil, and then we're going to work the sesame oil in exactly the same as we did with the bread flour. And then some of our liquid mixture. And what we're looking for here is almost like a really thick custard kind of consistency. So that, just a little bit more. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to cover this bowl with cling film or food wrap, and we're going to leave this for the remainder of the time that the bread dough has, which will be about 20 minutes, and then this will go through a proofing stage as well. Right, so our dough has doubled in size. So I'm going to be doing a bloomer or a freestanding loaf. Obviously you can make this into whatever shape you want. So we're just knocking this back, which means that we're just taking any large air pockets out, and we can do that literally by just shaping it. There you go, that's better. So the next thing we want to do is we want to put our paste, our fermented paste, over the top. So this is what that looks like. And the way this works is obviously we've got bread flour, so that's high in gluten, which means it will expand at quite a rate. The rice flour is gluten-free, so it doesn't expand at all. And what will happen is, as that bread flour expands, the rice flour can't cope with that expansion, so it cracks. And that's why you get this very distinctive appearance to tiger bread. So I did some research on tiger bread because a lot of people are quite puzzled because they think it's going to look like tiger stripes, and it actually looks more like a giraffe kind of appearance. And the research I found out, whether it's true or not, is that this style came from a Dutch bakery called the Tiger Bakery or something like that. It was actually Chinese owners, and to celebrate a certain sort of point in their history, they came up with this idea because their colours, and I think the logo is a tiger, and this is definitely gives you that those dark oranges and things. So I think that's where it came from. And obviously that would explain, being Chinese owners, why it has sesame oil in it. Okay, so that'll do. I've preheated the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. This is going to go into the middle part of that oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. I forgot to mention before about placing the oven on. Alright, so let's have a look at this. Always amazes me, tiger bread, it always comes out different. You could do 10 of these loaves a day and they would all look completely different, which is great because obviously you know this isn't shop bought. It's natural, you know, it's got its own identity, if you like. So the next thing is we need to place this loaf onto a wire rack and let it cool down fully so it doesn't sweat underneath, which is what it would do if it stayed on the tray. I floured the tray before I put the dough onto it, simply because it's an old tray. Obviously if you've got new non-stick trays you don't need to do that. So there you go, tiger bread. Looks amazing, tastes amazing. Please subscribe to the channel, and as usual, if you've enjoyed this particular video, hit the like button. Thank you very much for watching.